UBZ, y'all. Let's hit this drop one time and
Hey,
let's go.
Tuskegee, make sure you watch the Macon County Sheriff's Report with Sheriff Andre Brunson every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, and Channel 19 on the TU campus, hosted by DJ Booty Rush. Be sure to check out our live stream every Thursday evening on YouTube at Tuskegee Virtual. We're keeping Tuskegee in the know.
And you know this. And you know this. And you know this.
You tune in live 1.7 WBZ, y'all. Now stand up and give a warm welcome. We got Sheriff in the building, and we got my man Patrick Wallace.
Watch out, man. Watch out.
Hey, Macon County. Hey, Macon County, how we doing tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody doing all right tonight?
Everybody
Wonderful,
doing all right.
wonderful.
Man, it's good to be back after a week, Booty Rush.
I know, man. I know, man.
Wow, we missed it last week.
I know that. I
You had
missed
your
y'all
little
too, man.
vacation?
Yeah, I had a little vacation at the same time.
Take a break.
He had
Take a
little-
break, yeah.
He had a little bad luck in the family last week. I'm just glad that everybody doing okay. I know everybody prayed for you,
Yeah.
prayed
Oh,
for
yeah.
your wife, your brother, and everybody, and I know everything turned out all right. How your brother doing?
Doing good, man. He's at home. He just got home this afternoon, man. I'm gonna get him to call in the middle of the show.
That's great.
Hope he's listening in. We're
Yeah,
gonna get him to
Okay.
to
Hey,
thank everybody. You know,
yeah,
make it
yeah.
count for. We got some big praying people making
Yeah.
county,
Oh
man.
yeah, oh
Some
yeah.
prayer
You know,
warriors.
and you know it makes a difference too.
It makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference.
A big difference.
And you know, I always tell you, family first, man.
That's
right.
You're right.
Family first, man.
You're right.
You know, I'm just glad everybody doing okay. You know, we got in here, we talked to the people and told everybody to say a prayer for you and the family.
Right.
And I know that's what pulled them through.
That's right. That's
you
right.
know, you got to believe, baby. You got to believe.
That drop that you guys did, man. I loved it, man. It cheered me up a whole lot.
Oh, that's great.
Well, that's
It cheered me
good.
up a whole
That's
lot. I
good.
showed my wife that, man. It cheered her up too. So you know,
That's
I
good.
appreciate that, man. That's
Well-
good looking out, man.
Well, when you hurt, we hurt, man.
That's right.
Yeah, we family, man.
One big
Family.
family.
Right, right.
One big family, man. And-
Oh, yeah.
It's good to be a part of that.
I know, right?
Hey, and the more people we pull into the family, the better it'll be.
That's right.
you
That's
go.
right,
That's
man.
right.
We pull
That's
into
right.
the family.
That's
the
right.
better
Right.
it'll be.
I
You know,
love it,
when
man.
everybody feel like that about each other, you don't have no problem.
Got no problem.
That's right.
You know, you don't have no problem at all.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes though, you know, the brothers and sisters, they fight and they
Right,
fuss.
right, right.
But you know what? Nobody else better not
That's
fuss.
right.
Well, yeah, that's life, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
life.
That's life. That's life.
That's life.
That's
But
right. That's
thank you,
right.
Macon County, for the prayers, and thank you for your thoughts, and everything is going fine. And welcome back, Booty Rush.
In the building,
Yeah.
man.
In the
I'm glad to
building,
be back.
Glad to
Glad
be
to
back.
be
I know
back.
that's right.
Well, here we go here, 100.7 FM WBZ with DJ Booty Rush at Hear Me TV, Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, Channel 19 on campus with Pat Wallace, director, Kimberly Wright, Butch Baxter, and Jordan. hey, we still said it last
That's
week.
right. Yeah, we did.
yeah,
Yeah, we
I
did.
heard it.
Still said it last week.
Yep.
But we got Brisk in the building. We got Miss Sheriff in the building. We're ready for a good show. You know, just glad to be here, everybody. And last week, we're going to have to kind of speed through because we're trying to put it on through what we're going to talk about last week.
Right,
okay.
right.
And the topic last week was going to be Bill Cosby.
Okay.
You know, what do you think about that? You know, there's just so many issues with
It's
that,
right,
man.
right.
You know, and you hear so much, you know, and just reading Facebook like I always do, and you hear people talking about they were out to get Bill Cosby because he was finna buy a TV station and that kind of stuff.
Right.
You know, but the bottom line is, you know, supposedly he raped or had sex with these women. That's been 30-something years ago.
Right.
And my question is, what do you think about that? Even if he did, do you think he should be still held liable after so
Right.
many years?
Right.
You know, what do y'all think about that?
Well, personally, I think, you know, you never disrespect women like that.
That's true.
And I
Never,
tell you,
never.
I grew up in a house with my sister, my mother, and my grandmother. It was all women. So I take that very seriously, you know.
Right.
And it doesn't really matter how long it's been. You know, the thing about it is, what I think about is more the penalty of what should be done with him. I feel like he has to have some kind of price to pay.
Right.
You know, but to give him 10 years, that's like a life sentence. And I don't believe that he should get a life sentence because that's obviously going to be a life sentence if they keep him in there like that.
Yeah.
Now, from what I was hearing last week, they were saying that in that jurisdiction, I think what they were saying is for 3 felony counts, which is what he had, that the minimum that they can sentence him to is 26 months. So I have a feeling that they'll probably go for whatever that minimum sentence is, which is 26 months, which is going to be like an eternity for him.
Exactly.
Knowing,
Exactly.
you know, his health condition. And besides, you know, he has a lot of health issues.
Right.
And so the state's going to have to, you know, be paying for that medical care.
Right.
So I don't see them keeping them for 10 years. But I do feel like something needs to happen for the crimes that he committed. I really do.
Well, you know, I agree with you if that's true. You know, if he did these crimes, you know, no matter what the time is, those felonies, he should still be held accountable.
Right.
If it happened the way they say it happened.
Right.
You know, but, you know, it's after 30-something years, you know, people forget things, people exaggerate a little bit. So it's just hard to say, you know, what happened.
Right.
Now, from what I understand, she went over there late at night. I ain't going nowhere late at night unless I know what's going on.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, just to be truthful.
Right.
You know, we all adults here. To be truthful, what are you going to his house that time of night for?
Right.
You know, y'all going to read magazines. You know, you're going to watch TV. Is that understood?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But not trying to play down what happened.
Exactly.
Definitely not
Right.
doing that, because if she says no, it's no.
No still means
Period.
no.
Yes,
That's
no,
right.
No still means no. And we got to all understand that. And I always try to teach the young people that. You know, if she says no, it's no.
It's no.
No matter what time. But as adults, what are you doing?
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I agree with you on all of that.
Yeah.
And hopefully a man like him, and like anybody after so much time, hopefully they'll give him the minimum of what, you know, what they can give him.
I just want to put it out just like this. My scenario might be wrong, but this the way I concluded to be when you sum it all up.
Right.
Okay. Say, for instance, I go to a store, right? I've been stealing at that store all the time.
Yeah.
You've been knowing I've been stealing at the store. You say, hey, put it back. Or whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about? But I don't get any consequences for my actions for what I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about? I've been stealing at the store the whole time. You know, I've been stealing at the store. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm dead wrong.
Yeah.
But don't try to take me to jail when I decide to buy it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? That, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm putting
Okay.
it in a situation where, you know, if you've been doing what he's been doing for 30 years.
Yeah.
Outside, he trying to do something positive, which you want to buy a TV station. Now I done committed a crime.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't got, you know, penalized at the time
Before,
that it did.
when it happened.
Wait,
Right,
because
right.
I'm quite sure those people didn't wait 30 years just to come about and say something about this.
Right.
It have been said. You know
Right,
what I'm
it has
saying?
been said,
It been
right.
said.
Yeah.
But don't really try to really throw it down on me
Right,
because I decided to buy something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That mean that's the way I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I've been stealing out the store the whole time.
Right.
He
Right,
get me
right.
in. You know what I mean? Everybody come like, hey, that little young man, he keeps stealing out of here. You know what I'm saying? But when I come back and decide to purchase a store, and he's like, hey man, you remember all them times you been stealing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Now I'm finna prosecute you for those times you was stealing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I
Right.
decided to buy the store.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't get me in?
Well, you know, being the sheriff and being a law enforcement officer, you know, on this side of it, if he was a serial rapist, he deserves that.
Exactly.
There you go.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yes.
Exactly. If he was a serial rapist, he deserved that.
Right.
But then looking from the community point of view, it's like what you said.
Right.
All of a sudden, then why now?
Right now.
You know, why now?
Why now?
But definitely, if he was definitely doing that to those women, he do deserve
He
it.
He deserves it. He
deserves
deserves
it.
it.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
he
right.
do deserve it.
But you look at the facts over so many years, and you know there was arguments here, arguments there.
Right.
You know, how can we say how much of it is true? You know, I'm sure, you know, they've forgotten some stuff, they've
Right.
changed some
Right.
stuff, they've exaggerated about some stuff. But if he really did that, and if he was a serial rapist, he does deserve to be punished.
Yes.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
then you look at it from a community standpoint. What about Weinstein? What about, you know, all the other guys that have done similar incidents and hadn't had
Nothing.
nothing?
And
Nothing has happened.
And you got to think
consequences?
about 30 years ago, laws weren't the same as now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and mindsets were different too.
Mindset
I mean,
were different.
You know, there was a lot of sexism really rampant back
Right.
then, 30 years ago. So yeah,
Well,
it was.
that's something that probably won't change too much.
Right.
You know, with sexing and
Right.
on the job and stuff, it's illegal.
Right.
But it's
Right.
gonna be hard to change that.
Right.
You know, men gonna be men, women gonna.
I
be
tell you
women.
what, though, this is really going to make some people think twice.
Oh, it's gonna open up some eyes.
in the workplace, a lot of
It's
folks,
gonna open
it's
some
already
eyes.
happened.
Right.
It's already started happening where,
It's gonna
you know,
open some
most
eyes.
guys are just, I don't want to
Yeah.
be offensive in any kind of way.
But you got to tell us. You got to tell everybody it's wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's
You
wrong.
can't do it.
It's
Right.
wrong. It's
You
wrong.
just can't do it. I don't care how pretty she is. how much you want to be with her, how much you want to talk to her, you want to take her to the movies, you want to take her to dinner. You can't say it in the workplace. You don't need to.
It's gonna come around with people in their back pocket. They're gonna have a contract in their back pocket. Say, look, you sign right here. You know what I'm saying?
Here's your release form.
Yeah, it's your release form. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna get that serious. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
I think one of the things that I haven't heard anybody really talking about this, but the biggest tragedy out of this whole thing with Cosby to me is Camille Cosby being humiliated in this way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
I mean, that's a terrible thing.
Right.
It is. Yes,
She's such a hero to so many people.
Right.
And to be dragged into this.
Right.
And just that's the biggest tragedy out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm a Bill Cosby fan. Though.
Right.
I like Fat Albert. I like the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
I liked all of that.
Right.
And to a lot of young black people back in the 60s and 70s, early 70s, even in the 80s and 90s now that sat there and watched those shows, he's totally different on the show.
Right.
He's a comedian, he's a professional, and he was somebody that we looked up to as a black man.
That's right.
A successful black man.
Successful.
He helped a lot of the colleges. He helped a lot of people.
Right.
So this might not change the way people feel about him. Some people anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he did such great things.
Exactly.
But on the other hand, when you hear the bad things, you say, wow.
Wow.
That's all you can say. Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
And, I mean.
What's interesting though too is that, he gave a lot of money to these schools, and he got honorary degrees from these schools.
Right.
But one of the debates now, and I've seen this on Facebook, is some of these schools are now actually taking back his degree.
Yeah, and giving his money back to
him. And they better be giving that money back if they take the degree.
Did somebody offer to get the money back?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a couple colleges did. Yeah.
Really?
I want to call their name, but
we ain't gonna put them on blast.
Put them on blast.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, he gave the money back. A check.
Wow.
He wrote a check. He gave it back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, gave it back. But who
I
say
hope.
he really gave it back? Gave him a check back. What was on it?
But you know what? That's kind of, to me, I guess maybe the school didn't actually need the money, but to me, it was money given to help the school,
Right.
and to help our college students.
Exactly.
Right.
And whatever he did, he meant to do some good with that money.
Exactly.
And that's the bottom line. He meant to do some good with that money.
Right.
So I don't know if I would hold that against him giving the money back.
No.
You're not hurting him. You hurting other people.
You hurting the students.
He's already giving the money away.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you hurting these students that really might need that money.
Yep.
Yes.
Way before this happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Way before this happened.
Right.
Yep.
So I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
I don't-
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to whatever happened, I wish, Bill Cosby, his family, the best.
Right.
But you also looked at the victims.
Right.
Yeah.
And the victims, if it really happened to them, I want to wish them the best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know they got some satisfaction behind this.
Yeah.
So all we can do is keep moving, keep our head up, and keep our eyes on the TV and see what happened to these other guys who were put in this similar situation.
Similar situation. You're right.
But not only Bill Cosby and everybody else, what do you think about that timeline?
Right.
Because this has come up now so many times.
Right.
This happened 30, 40 years ago.
Right.
So what do you say about that now? What do you say about
you born?
things that happened 30 or 40 years ago? Should we be able to bring that up now and say that?
Exactly. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Especially with people in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Limitation.
Yeah. I mean,
you thought different at that age.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer of people can change.
People can
I'm a
change.
firm believer of people make mistakes.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I don't know how to even feel about that right now. But as a law enforcement officer, I know if you commit a crime, you need to be punished.
That's right.
Right then too.
Right then.
So that's the way I feel. So it's kind of a split.
Right.
Right. But I guess we're gonna, like I say, we're gonna have to move on from that, and we'll see what happens to the other people.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, that's a good segue into another topic that we had today too, when we're talking about how law enforcement would arrest people and the bias that they would show.
Right.
Okay.
Now, talking about Bill Cosby and these other people and how they're going to treat these other folks. Now, you remember we're supposed to talk about the lady Shakisha Clemens, from Florida.
Okay.
Now, she was the young lady arrested by the 3 white police officers, and it was captured on video, and it was a pretty brutal thing. Then she's cussing out the staff there. Now, juxtapose that with the lady up in New Jersey.
Okay.
All right. The lady in New Jersey is cussing the cops out up one side and down the other,
and they're showing incredible restraint. They did not manhandle her or anything like that. Now, I've had friends that say that she deserved to be taken down, because she was trying to use her privilege. This lady was the commissioner for the Port Authority.
Okay.
So basically, they are basically like her subordinates.
Right.
All right. She's trying to use that authority to get out of this legal jam,
throwing a weight around.
And they're not having it. And so she starts dropping F-bombs on them.
Right.
Now, she escalated the situation.
Okay.
Not at one time did you see any of these officers even pretend like they're getting ready to rough her up.
Right.
Okay. So I believe that both of these ladies committed, they were in the wrong.
Right. Right.
The lady down there in Saraland, Florida, she was dead wrong.
Dead wrong.
And see, before we as people start getting upset about things like that, we need to get the whole story.
That's right. Get the whole story.
And let me tell you, I have to give thanks and give a shout out to my friend T Spear and Mrs. Ritterbuttle, who got me the actual information.
Okay.
The real deal on what happened down there in Saraland.
Okay.
And see, if you hear the whole story, and if you see the whole video, you'll see how these people, when they went into the restaurant, first of all, they're passing alcohol around.
Right.
That's why they were asked to leave.
Okay.
They were on their way out. And the lady who got arrested turns back around and comes back in. If she had kept on out the door, none of this would have happened.
Okay.
But she decided to turn around and start this altercation with the staff.
Okay.
And she's cussing them out.
Okay.
And
So
look,
let me stop Pat right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's my problem.
Okay.
With that is,
yeah.
okay. You hear the whole story.
Yeah.
It's obvious that she's wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm a police officer now.
Right.
Right.
And I don't. And I have to say this because still don't agree with the way they handled her.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
You didn't have to throw her down like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about being the sheriff. I'm talking about being a police officer. If you walk up to people, most of the time, you give respect, you get respect.
Exactly.
Even if they wrong.
That's right.
Yes.
You
That's right.
talk to them right and say,
That's
hey,
right.
man,
Exactly.
can you step outside for a minute?
Right. Yeah.
Can we talk to you outside?
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the way I would have handled
Right.
that now.
Right.
And that's the way I would want my men to handle that.
Right.
You didn't have to slam her on the ground.
Yeah.
You didn't have
Right.
to throw her down and almost break her arm.
And threaten to break her arm.
Yeah, that's totally wrong.
Right.
And like I said, now, I'm a police officer. I'm the sheriff.
Right.
You know, and I don't agree with that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's the way you handle people.
That's right.
Even if they wrong. You
Right.
still handle right. This is not personal.
Right.
Coming from an officer.
Right.
It's not personal. You are called there to handle the problem.
That's right.
You're called there to see what's going on with the problem. Not to take it personal. And because she's cursing, you taking it personal and throw her to the ground like that.
Yeah.
She didn't deserve that.
No,
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
they-
saying? I just don't. You come up and
right.
say, hey, can we talk to you a minute?
Yeah.
You know, if she don't, do what you say or she don't comply, you might have to put your hands on her a little bit. You might try to pull her outside and get outside the audience.
But
you
to
know
start-
what I'm saying?
But see, that's
But
what
to
that's
start
to
on
escalate.
10,
Come, you already
just come on
10.
in on 10, yeah.
You know, you got to start from 0 and work your way up. You
That's
don't,
when-
you don't
that's
come
when-
in on
Right.
10.
that's when training
Right.
come
And
take
see,
place.
That's what
when
we want
training.
to say. Is it the training?
Yeah.
Because now, when the other lady from Parkland,
Port Authority.
Port Authority,
Right. Exactly.
when she walked up, I mean, she was talking crazy now.
Yes.
She was talking real reckless. But those guys kept their cool.
Yep.
Yes.
They kept their composure. And they said exactly what they needed to say.
That's right.
And they were totally right.
Right.
Gee, I wonder what's
I
the
don't
difference
care.
in those situations.
I can't say what the difference. I can't say. I don't want to say what the difference. And
Don't put him on the
I
spot.
don't put him on the spot. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
those guys, was it their training
Right.
that made them stay calm? And they said all the right things
All
to
the
her.
right things.
Right.
And they kept their cool.
That's right.
While she was acting crazy and she was talking reckless and even cursing at him and even threatening them with the mayor and threatening them with their jobs and all that. She was their boss, all of this.
Yeah.
They still kept their cool.
Yep.
And
right.
they got their point across.
That's right.
Without throwing her on the ground.
Right.
Without making her leave. Without doing
Yelling,
anything.
without yelling.
Without yelling. And they were totally right.
Totally
so
right.
what made those two situations different?
Right. Right.
What made those different?
Could have been just training.
Training,
or
man,
what?
got a whole
Was
lot to
it
do with it,
training?
man.
Was it demeanor?
Demeanor, yeah.
You know, was it training?
Right.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know a lot of officers do need more training.
More training.
You know, and we talk about that all the time.
You're right. Every time
we
we're
talk
on the
about
show.
that all the time.
Right.
And some people and some officers don't have the demeanor to be an officer.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that is totally true.
That's totally true. You're
so
right.
let me ask you this, Sheriff, though. Okay, so this may make a difference. Maybe this is a mitigating factor. However, when the lady is in the restaurant in the Waffle House, there were black witnesses in there that said that she threatened to shoot up the place. All right. She says she might have a gun and might have to take care of her business. Now, that's the last thing that you need to say in a Waffle House a couple of days after there's a Waffle House murder.
Right.
So, I mean, I still got to put myself in the mind of these officers.
You can put yourself in the mind of those officers, but was she a threat? Did she show a gun? Did she actually have a gun?
That's right.
Right.
Did
That's
she
right.
actually
brandish it or anything?
Did she brandish the gun?
Yeah.
Did she present a real threat by saying that?
Exactly.
You know, it's something to say. Yeah, we know it's against it. Like it was bad taste to say that then.
Yeah.
The menacing.
It's just like it's just like
menacing.
anything else. But did she really present a threat like that?
Yeah.
That lady with the short dress on, the skirt, whatever she had on, did she really present a threat like that? I mean, really?
Right.
Did she present a threat like that? She didn't show a gun. She didn't say, you know, I mean, she did say, but she didn't present a gun.
Yeah.
So did she really present a threat like that?
Right.
You know, we know she intoxicated.
Yep.
Right.
And just like dealing with intoxicated people, just like dealing with mentally ill people, you don't want to hurt them, man.
You don't.
You know, you don't want to hurt them.
Yep.
You know, we deal with this situation all the time.
All the time.
Mentally ill and people that have been drinking. Why would you want to hurt them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a way to talk to them, a way to deal with them, and a way to get them some help.
Yep.
You got some great people that are mentally ill.
That's right. Great people.
And sometimes they get a chemical imbalance. Some of them are bipolar, whatever.
Yep.
But with medication, a lot of them can still function correctly.
Right.
But sometimes they get off their medication. Sometimes things happen.
Right.
And sometimes they get in a crisis.
Right.
So are you going to walk out and kill every mentally ill person or treat them like that because they're mentally ill because they've been drinking? No, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. That's why we're police officers.
Right.
We are supposed to be trained to deal with those situations.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it's time to get down and deal with a situation, then you're supposed to be able to do it.
That's right.
And sometimes we have to do that.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you better be good at what you do.
Exactly.
But on the other hand,
the
other hand, when it don't call for it, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Some things uncalled for. Like
you know
you
what I'm
said.
saying?
You're right.
We were put in place for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got sheriffs for a reason.
That's
we got
right.
police officers for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's to handle the peace and do what we need to do to protect the people and their property.
Exactly.
If you don't have the people at heart, you shouldn't be in this profession.
That's right.
If you can't take some chances to keep our people safe, you shouldn't be in this job.
Right. That's right.
If you don't feel it in your heart to do this job, you shouldn't be in this job.
That's true.
Yeah, have
And
tough
that's the way
skin
it
too.
is.
Tough skin too.
You got
very
tough skin, man. Alligator hide. Alligator hide.
I bet somebody cuss me out every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my officers too.
Yeah.
But you better have tough skin.
You gotta have tough skin.
You know, we can't retaliate on
every
people.
time.
You
Hey
know
man, you
what I'm
ugly.
saying?
Like, oh, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying?
What you think
Everybody
about
be in
this
jail.
right here?
Yeah.
I'm walking down the street and everybody talk about what kind of sorry sheriff I am. They curse me out and say all these lies or whatever. But guess what? Same people that tell the lies on me want to hurt me with their mouth. What if somebody starts shooting at them? You think I'm going to stand there and say, hey, man, go ahead and kill that person?
No, you got to protect them.
No, I got to protect them.
You got to protect them. Same
Right,
way
right.
I'm going to be running toward them to help them run toward the bullets while they running away. And I'll be risking my life to save them knowing that they don't mean me no good.
That's right.
Right,
Same one
right.
cuts you
Same
out.
one
It's
to
cuts me out.
But guess what? That's our life.
It's a life. That's right.
That's what we do.
Yep, that's
and
your
some
job.
people don't understand that.
Exactly.
We got to be crazy to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's what we do. And if you're a truly an officer, that's where you feel.
That's right.
That's the way you feel because this job is what you do.
That's right.
And being an officer is in your blood. It ain't nothing you just doing to get a paycheck.
Yeah, it ain't like that.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You got to care about
Yeah,
people.
yeah. You got to care about people.
You got to do
That's
your
the number
job.
one thing.
That's the number one thing, man.
Yeah.
You got to care
You gotta
about
care about
No
people,
matter
man.
what people say about these police officers, they care about people. Most of them do now. Like I keep telling everybody, you have some bad police officers, but you got some that are truly good police officers that truly care about their community and their job.
Yep.
And that's the real. That's true.
Oh, it's time for the drop, yeah.
Drop for the time for the drop.
Okay,
We gonna put the drop
okay.
on.
Come back again.
Come back again. We got the drop, y'all.
Hey, Tuskegee, make sure you watch the Macon County Sheriff's Report with Sheriff Andre Brunson every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, and Channel 19 on the TU campus, hosted by DJ Booty Rush. Be sure to check out our live stream every Thursday evening on YouTube at Tuskegee Virtual. We're keeping Tuskegee in the know.
And you know this. And you know man.
You gotta love it.
You gotta love it.
We back. Make it count. We back.
Hey, look, before we get started on this again, I'm gonna go ahead and do the sheriff report because I don't want the show to end and we don't do the sheriff report. We're trying to get all of this in. So I'm gonna go ahead and read these 2 sheriff reports and we're gonna get back on the subject again. Okay.
Wonderful.
The first sheriff report from April the 20th to April 26th. The Macon County Sheriff Department in the last 7 days received 92 volunteer fire transmissions, 1,253 landline calls, 322 E911 calls, 1,342 radio transmissions for a total of 3,009 contacts. And on last week, we had a total of 9 complaints. Man, that's great.
Right.
We only had 9 complaints for the week.
Yeah,
that's good.
And we can talk about the crime, but I think the crime is going down, and we hadn't had no big calls, really this year. And I always talk about the unfortunate murder we had. I hate that, man.
Right,
I really hate. I hate that for the family. I hate that for the community. And we can't downplay that. We gotta, and we're still working on that. And hopefully we got some good leads, and hopefully in the near future we'll have somebody behind bars.
Great.
And we think we're on the right track. And we just want to close that out for the family and the community, man. So, y'all, we really, really working on that as we do all the other crimes. And we have a couple more crimes from the year before that we're still working on. We don't want these families to think we've forgotten about their loved ones, because we hadn't. And every day, that's our main mission, to solve these crimes.
Right.
But, some of these crimes are tough to solve. We can know, or we can think we know who did it, but the thing is, you got to prove it.
Right.
And you got to have the evidence when you go into court.
Right.
Because if I say you did something, I know you did it, but we get in court and I don't have the evidence, you're going to walk free.
That's right.
So there ain't no use in taking you to court until we really pinpoint what we have.
That's right.
And you have to have concrete evidence to do that. So, y'all, we think that we have things, but we got to prove it.
Right.
And that's a hard thing, especially with these criminals today.
Mm-hmm.
They want to outsmart you, they want to hold you up, but we are working hard to do this. So don't y'all ever think that we're not working on those crimes we say we haven't solved. We're still working on them.
If they got information, you need to contact the sheriff department.
If you got any information on anything,
right,
please contact us. But we're working diligently to do that. So I don't want anybody to think that we've forgotten about their loved ones, because we haven't.
Right.
And we're still working hard. And I know it's hard for the families to say, and I know they want to think the worst of what's going on, but please try to think the best of what we are trying to do. Right. Please do that for us, okay?
Wonderful.
But on the 9 complaints, on 420, we had an arrest by the Macon County Sheriff's Office on a failure to appear. On 421 on County Road 22, we had a dog bite. On 422 on U.S. Highway 80 East, we had an assault at the rodeo, and, man, that rodeo was something serious. On 423, these were all at the rodeo. We had a criminal mischief. On 424, we had an arrest on attempted murder. And on 424, we had an arrest on a probation violation. On 424, we had an arrest on the possession of marijuana second. And on 424 on County Road 12, we had a domestic violence.
Oh, boy.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks
ago.
Yeah,
okay.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
And those were the 9 complaints, and 2 of those were at that rodeo.
Okay.
Man, it probably was 14,000 people at that rodeo.
That's a lot
of people.
That's more than people we got here in the county.
Yeah. and we had at the rodeo, for people to know, the magnitude of what was there. You think about 14,000 people out there in a field together. Right. And we had 30 arrests, which the ABC board made on underage drinkers.
Okay.
30 arrests on underage drinkers. Those drinkers trying to sneak them a drink.
Right.
But we had 1 disorderly conduct, and we had 1 assault, which they called it a fight. And somebody came down and reported that just this week about that.
Okay.
Out of 14,000 people, that's all we had. Wow. That's all that was reported.
Wow.
And I think that was great. And my men, I can't say enough about those guys, working together and doing what they needed to do to keep everybody safe and keep us safe.
Right.
And keep all those people safe while mingling in with the crowd, talking to the crowd. Wow. And that's what I say about that. The guy that put the show on was like, wow, I can't believe how they respecting your guys.
Right.
And I told them we respecting them.
That's right.
We out there mingling with the crowd, talking to them, just being part of what's
going on.
It goes both
ways, yeah.
It goes both ways.
Right.
To get respect, you give respect.
Give respect. That's right.
You know, and that's how we choose to do things.
Right.
Now, if we had to get down, we can get down. But if you don't have to, don't do it.
Yeah, if it ain't necessary.
If it ain't necessary, don't do it.
Yeah.
And I think we all understand that.
Exactly.
And we try to be professionals. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I call them a knucklehead sometimes. Sometimes a guy will get hot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll get hot, but they know I don't like that.
Right.
You know, but they also know I don't like them coming home. Like my mom used to say, don't come home with a whooping now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going to come home with a whooping, you don't need this job.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's on the real.
Exactly.
But you better not disrespect nobody. You better not, handle nobody wrong.
Right.
And if you're having a problem with somebody, take a breath.
Take a breath.
Step back.
Okay.
And call somebody to come in and help. Maybe they have a different, they'll see things a little bit differently than you do right now.
Exactly.
Just step back. Don't try to handle that like that.
Yeah.
Don't have no altercation with our citizens in our community.
Right.
Community. Step back.
Step back.
And just call somebody. Call somebody. Call me.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to have a clear head.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we'll deal with it like that.
Right.
So I just want to say, thanks to my guys, they did a great job.
Good job, man.
And those guys brought about 40 of their own security guys too.
Okay.
And they handled the gate, they handled the parking and stuff like that, and then we handled the people inside. Which really worked out well. So, good job. So I expect next year it'll be bigger. Bigger than 14,000. Last year it was 3,500. This year,
wow, it went from 3,500 to 14,000. Wow, wow.
Yeah, and if you look at the revealer came and he taped some of it.
Okay, he did a show. Okay,
and you look out there and see the people there, you'll be like, wow. I mean, the line of cars were 2 miles long both ways. Coming from the east and coming from the west.
Wow.
More than 2 miles long each way. I'm talking about from 7:30 that morning until about 4 o'clock that evening.
Wow.
It was just crazy.
Wow.
It was just crazy.
Having a good time.
Yeah, they had a good time.
Right here in Macon County.
Right here in Macon County.
That's good.
And it was just great and it helped the economy here.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much gas those people bought coming here? Can you imagine how much food? And I don't even want to say the beer that they bought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They probably bought the truck.
Anybody selling beer, alcohol, and we didn't let bottles in the place and everything was controlled.
Right.
And we tried to do the best we could do on underage drinkers, and we tried to do the best we can do on people getting drunk.
Right.
We had a makeshift jail there, and we built a little jail there.
Okay.
And we had my jailers out there. Wayne, Big Mike, and Robertson were out there, and they were the jailers.
Can the people see the people in jail?
Oh yeah, you see them in jail. You can see them in jail. They were outside in jail.
Hey, no wonder. Ain't no wonder about too many people got arrested.
That's funny. I want to be in there.
They were out there in jail. But the ABC guys did a great job. They went out. They were on 4-wheelers. They were on carts. They rode. And when they caught underage drinker, they brought them to our jail. And when we got enough of them, every couple of hours, we rode to the sheriff department.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
And we took them and we booked them in, and they had to make bond.
Wow.
Those underage drinkers had to make bond.
Oh, that's
and the disorderly conduct had to make bond.
They helped out a whole
lot. So it was really good.
Did it good, yeah.
But look at here. They were in just a little makeshift jail. They didn't try to run through the wall, do anything. They knew they were in jail out there.
Dang.
I'm just picturing that.
You would really have to picture that.
You got to picture it. It wasn't in the middle of the crowd or just on the side or.
Everybody can see him. Everybody can see him. And
man.
And we had one drunk guy we had one drunk guy that kind of passed out.
Okay.
And I thought it was the right thing to do to bring him to the jail.
Yeah.
Our makeshift jail. And let him sit there for an hour or so until he regained his composure.
Right.
Made sure he was safe.
Right.
Made sure he had his head on straight.
Right.
And then we let him go. You know what I'm saying? Without a problem. He wasn't belligerent. He wasn't mad. He said thank you. And he knew what we needed to do to keep him safe. And he understood that that's what we were trying to do. That's all we were trying to do.
He wasn't disorderly.
He wasn't disorderly. He wasn't doing anything.
He was just drunk.
He was just drunk. and he slept it off.
Wow.
Right there, he sat there, slept it off, and it was good. People came up and asked us, can we leave our car here? We think we've been drinking too much. Can we catch the bus? And one of the main things that helped was they had a lot of charter buses that came in and picked those kids up and took them back to where they were going.
Wow.
And they left a lot of cars out there.
I bet.
And that was the smart thing to do.
Exactly.
And that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
So it was a safe environment, and we knew people were going to be out there drinking. And, you know, we knew we might have to put up with a few things, but we had no major problems.
That's great, though. It was in a controlled environment.
Environment. So it was great.
Oh, yeah.
So listen, I got to read this other sheriff report.
Okay.
Real quick. Between the dates of April 26th and May the 3rd, which was this past week, the Macon County Sheriff Department received 87 volunteer fire transmissions, 1,319 landline calls, 327 E911 calls, and 1,411 radio transmissions for a total of 13 complaints. And 13 complaints is not a whole lot of complaints.
That's still pretty good.
And that is pretty good. That's great.
Right.
But 427, we had a domestic violence, which I really hate. And hopefully we can get Ms. Crenshaw back on here as soon as possible. Hey, Ms. Crenshaw, one of my favorite
she's
people.
Watching.
Yeah, one of my favorite people. We got to get together on these domestic violence. And they just asked me to be on the board of domestic violence in Lee County.
Oh, okay.
So that's a great thing, and that's going to help us out.
Okay.
So I want you to know that too, Ms. Crenshaw. Okay. That's going to be great. And I did accept, so I just go through my paperwork, and I'm going to do that. That's going to be passionate for me. I'm going to like that.
Like that, yeah.
And 428, Penny Lane, theft of property. 430, we had arrest for a probation violation. On 430, County Road 39, criminal trespass. 430, Tallapoosa Street, harassment. 5-1, we had an arrest on probation violation. 5-2, we had an arrest on a reckless endangerment. On 5-2, on Penny Lane, had an information report. On 5-2, County Road 73, we had a burglary and a theft of property, which I hate. 5-2, Robin Lane had a burglary and a theft of property. 5-2, County Road 10, probation violation. 5-2, County Road 26, they had a stolen property. And on 5-3, we had an arrest on a failure to attempt and pay. So everything, you know, let me read my Gulf Coast Marshal Regional Task Force, Dion, had 6 state arrests, which consist of capital murder, distribution of controlled substance, which he made 4 arrests. And they also found 30 grams of marijuana. Okay. So that guy stays busy, as we do all stay busy. And we just want the crime to keep going down. We just want things to keep going down. Yeah. And I think everybody's working hard to do that. You know, all the departments trying to work hard to do that. And we all need to work together. You know, and it's a shame to say sometimes we can't work together.
Okay, that's right.
And I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I really, really don't understand that at all.
Right.
But we all here for one purpose.
That's right.
And that's to protect the people and their property in this community. So there shouldn't be anybody that's mad at the sheriff department, mad at the police department, mad at Shorter, mad at Notasulga, mad at campus police, or anybody else for doing the job.
Right.
You know, that's just as crazy as it can be.
Right.
But hopefully, you know, we're going to continue and try to work together and pull everybody together for one purpose.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And that's going to be a big thing. The Carver Festival on Saturday. Please bring your cars out, your motorcycles out. We're going to have a big parade, and we just going to have a lot of fun. And George Washington Carver did some great things in the community, did some great things at Tuskegee University. And we're going to be looking forward to that. It's always a great event. You know, come out and eat and just mingle with the community, and it's always good to have fun with the people in the community. And, man, we about to run out of time, and we didn't finish our thing, but let me give my shout-out first.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get mine, too.
I know the time about to run out, and people calling.
This Mark right here.
Okay, Mark called you?
Yeah.
Okay, while you answer the phone with Mark, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout-out. Hey, I'm going to give a shout-out to Rodney Woods.
Mark.
Yo, hey, what's up?
Hey, you live?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You live on air, man.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mark, how you doing, man?
Everybody want to say hello to you. We're going to go around the room.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, brother.
Hey, Mark, this Sheriff Brunson, Andre Brunson. How you doing, man? Glad you're doing better.
Hey, I want to say I appreciate y'all for helping me out, man. Really.
Part of the family, man.
Sheriff department, the police department, whoever, man.
All right, brother.
EMT.
Everybody,
they did a good job.
Hey, you had a lot of people over there pulling for you, man.
Yeah.
And it's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
But people were telling me though. I'm glad. I'm glad people came out though and helped me out though, man.
Well, as always, man. And we just glad that you doing better, man. And you part of this community, and we're gonna do everything we can to make sure you stay part of this community. Man.
Just body just set down on me.
Yeah, that's all right, baby. Got to take care of yourself.
Got to take care of yourself, man.
All right. Thank y'all, man.
Okay.
All right, Mark.
Okay, then.
All right. I really want to give a really big shout out, man, to the first responders here in Macon County, man. I'm telling you, man, we have the best first responders in the world, you ask me.
Right.
Because they save a lot of lives. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a big shout out to the police department here, the sheriff department, my man Billy Mason from my department, Tuskegee University PD. He came out, checked on me and everything. This was at the site here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to give a big shout out to the EMT. I want to give a shout out to the aircraft drivers. You know what I'm talking about? The helicopter people, big shouts out to them. And I want to give a really, 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 really big shout out to our fire department, man. Listen to me very carefully, man. That fire department, man, is so important, man.
Oh, yeah.
They have saved so many lives here in Macon County, man. And they saved my brother several different times. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow.
Several different times they don't save this life. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a really big shout out to everybody at the fire department, man. I wish I knew each and every last one of them names. I don't want to call out some of them, but don't call out all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to get them on the show. But
department might need an applause for them. Let's give them a round.
Give everybody a round.
Everybody around all the first responders. All the first responders, y'all.
And this is why we need vehicles. This is why we need equipment.
Right.
This is why we need personnel.
Right.
This is why we need training.
Right.
You never know what's going to happen.
Never know what's
and
going to
when
happen.
it's going to happen, and you better be prepared for it. I don't care what the nails say. I don't care what anybody say. You better be prepared for it. And for me, about the nails, it is crazy to even think the wrong way about what's going on in the community.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to think, why would you need that fire engine? It's crazy to think, why would you need that SWAT vehicle? It's crazy to think, why would you need this? Why would you need that? Why are you spending money on this and that? It's for the community.
For the community. It's for the community.
You never know what's going to happen.
That's right. Yeah.
So you better do something.
And I want to let everybody know that my wife doing good too.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna sum it up real quick. When she had an accident over there at the American Deli,
right,
and the officer came over there, and and she had told him what had happened. It wasn't nothing seriously. So he had got a call over there to the Dollar General,
right,
and he said, "I'm gonna be back with you. Someone's gonna come over here to get you situated. We got an emergency over here at Dollar General," not knowing that it was emergency with my brother. And so she was looking in the car and I said, "Whoever in there, man, they really trying to save that person." You know what I'm talking about? They were in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm talking about the fire department got there, man. They just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get him situated and everything. So Captain Scott made the call. He said that the paramedics gonna be an hour out. So he decided, hey, we need to get the helicopter here. And he made that call. And we really appreciate that, making that call to get the helicopter here, because I don't know what happened in between that time. You know what I'm saying? But I can't never say too much about that. The fire department, man. Listen, man, if y'all park in my way anywhere, the part of them big long trucks, man, it's okay. I'm not gonna be mad no more. You know what I mean?
It's okay. But listen, those guys are professionals.
They're professionals.
And they know their job.
They know their job, man.
You can't say anything about those guys are professional and they know their job. And it's always good. People think, I don't care what you say about Tuskegee, what the other people say about Tuskegee in any other town. We got some great professional people here that know their job. And I'll put them up against anybody.
That's right.
Put them up against anybody. You can talk all you want.
Yeah.
Put them up against
anybody.
That's
You're right.
And I give a shout out to those guys and all the first responders and everybody in the community that got on Facebook, that gave a word of prayer, and people that wished everybody good looking out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, I got 3 I need to say real fast. Rodney Woods. You know, Rodney is the guy that's off. Y'all looking for somebody to clean some bushes, do anything around the house. Rodney, good guy. I hired him over at my house. He's a good guy.
Good guy.
You know,
he's done some stuff for my mother too.
He's a really good guy. But I gotta say, Mr. Mears Pack gave me a Christmas donation the other day already.
Christmas.
Wow.
A Christmas donation. You know,
Christmas in May.
Yeah, Christmas in May. And I got to tell them, thank you. Great people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Already looking out for the kids. Already looking out for the kids, man.
Wow.
And that's a good thing. And so I put that money aside, and I want to have a great Christmas for our kids.
That's right.
And it's crazy to be talking about Christmas in May, but we need to. I started sometime.
There you go.
And also, Mr. Hardrick Flowers over at Cluster Baptist Church. Want to give him a shout out. I see him every day down there working on, you know, sitting around the shop down there. We take cars to get them fixed and everything. Great guys. Great guys. Just all out to their pastor over there and Hardrick Flowers too. And you know who I got to say something about? I got to say something about Pastor Southern from Nebraska Baptist Church.
Okay.
You know, he beat Bo on the bike the other day.
Huh?
Man, he beat Bo on the bike the other day.
No.
He rode 62 miles on that bike.
62 miles.
Man, y'all don't never see him ride that bike, man.
I see him ride the bike, but
I
don't know.
I didn't know.
Man, that dude tough, man.
Wow.
That's the Auburn and back.
Man,
them and back.
He rode 62 miles on that bike. He beat Bo the other day.
That's crazy.
And beside that, he's a great guy too.
Yeah, he beat Bo. You know Bo. For people don't know that Bo knows, right?
Bo knows.
Bo knows that Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
I bet y'all better not get on that bike and line up by him.
Yeah.
I bet you would.
Okay.
But my buddy tough on that bike.
God.
And you can see him riding every day. And what he say he gonna ride and 100 miles, 100-some miles the next time?
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Man, that's great there, man.
Yeah.
And that dude in good shape, man.
You gotta be in shape
that
like
dude
that.
in good shape.
Wow.
But I just say this to the community. Please, everybody, please think before you act on anything.
Yeah.
Think about the people in the community. Think about the people in this village.
Right.
Yes.
You know, let's think before we act. Think before we make a bad decision. Just think before you do stuff, man.
Right.
Let's cut down on all the foolishness, man. Shout out to all the neighborhood watchers, all the community watchers that want to help and get things right, because we get a lot of information on the bad things that going on.
Right.
So y'all continue to do that and continue to keep this place safe, man.
Yeah.
We want to cut down to where we have zero crime. One day I want to walk in here and read my report and I don't have nothing to read.
Hey, listen, that takes me to a
goal.
good transition. Listen, let me give you two really powerful shout outs I need to give this week. Okay, check this out. Shout out to James Shaw Jr. He's not getting as much credit as he should. That's the young man that wrestled that gunman down.
See, we need to talk about that.
Okay,
that was supposed to be part of the subject today, man.
Shout out to that dude. No, we'll take it up next week. But I want to give him a shout out because that's a hero. He saved a lot of lives. So I got to give him his props.
He need to be on Black Panther.
I need to
put him on the movie.
I need to get him on.
Get him on the force.
On the force.
That's right.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? Get him on the force. Those are the kind of people that you need.
That's right.
Those are the kind of people you want in the community.
Two more people we need. Okay, check it out. Shout out to the two young men that got arrested in the Starbucks.
Yes,
you heard what they did.
Yes, they took $1.
They took $1.
That's right.
And $200,000 to help young entrepreneurs start businesses and stuff.
Great.
So shout out to those two young men, and shout out to James Shaw. That was just that's what we need in the community. More like that.
They need to go viral.
That's what we need. That needs to go viral.
Right.
So yes, because he's not getting credit from the White House or any place else like that. Right. So we're gonna give him his props right now.
Well, we got to talk about that more next week, and we definitely we need to finish our thing on. We didn't finish everything. We didn't finish on the two differences that we had in the Waffle House and out there.
Right.
You know, so we need to finish that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know, our time runs out so fast.
Yeah.
You know, but loving the community, talking to the community, and a shout out to everybody that walked up to me and shook my hand this week.
That's right.
Shout out to everybody that say they watch the show
Yes.
every Thursday.
Keep watching.
I really,
Keep watching.
really appreciate that. And I'm very, very approachable. Please come shake my hand, give me a hug. You know, talk about the problems in your community.
Right.
Whatever. We trying to work on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Please come do that. Y'all see me all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And wherever you see me, you can come say something to
Right.
me. And I really appreciate that. I really enjoy that. You know, all the people that said thank you to us, thank you for the show, thank you for what we're doing. I really, really appreciate that. And y'all can do that anytime.
You're an approachable guy. See, you're an approachable guy. You know, everybody an approachable. I want to give a quick shout out to the whole crew right here. Big shout out to Ken Motor City. We got my man Butch in the building. We got Miss Shaft in the building. We got Bristol just stepped out.
Yeah.
We have Jordan. And my panel right here. Big shouts out to the Shaft, and big shouts out to Pat Wallace. And also want to give a big shout out to my wife and kids. My daughter, she graduating next week from TU. You know. Big shout out to them. And also big shout out to my brother. He don't got well. He at home now. You guys just heard him talk. You know what I'm saying? And also big shout out to all the first responders. Big shouts out to Andre Fields, the co-pilot. Big shout out to Sylvester, man. He been putting it on the air, man. Big shout out to McPherson in the building, communicator. Man, it's the best station in the nation, 100.7 WBZ. And we got to get up out of here.
Got to go.
Running out of time, but we'll be back next week, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Next week on the Sheriff Report. So I'm going to do that drop real quick, and we up out of here.
Hey, Tuskegee, make sure you watch the Macon County Sheriff's Report with Sheriff Andre Brunson every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, and Channel 19 on the TU campus, hosted by DJ Booty Rush. Be sure to check out our live stream every Thursday evening on YouTube at Tuskegee Virtual. We're keeping Tuskegee in the know.
And you know this. And you know
Yes.